Right friends, welcome back to 46th week news at a glance. The first one is the currency management system as devised by Reserve Bank of India constitutes 19 issue offices of Reserve Bank of India as well as 4075 currency chests and 3746 small coin depots. The currency management system is managed by Reserve Bank of India, that is the one point, and this currency chests as well as small coin depots are managed by Reserve Bank of India, and one or the other bank manages these currency chests as well as the small coin depots on behalf of Reserve Bank of India. This is very important point, and this is the flow diagram as far as currency notes are concerned. Currency notes are printed at Mysore, Salboni, and please don't forget rupees 2000 notes are being printed at Mysore as well as Salboni. These two presses are owned by Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran Private Limited. This is the fully owned subsidiary of Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India has got three fully owned subsidiaries. One is this Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran Private Limited. Second one is National Housing Bank. Third one is DICGC. These three are owned exclusively by Reserve Bank of India. And if you come back to the press, this Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran Private Limited, which is the 100% owned subsidiary of Reserve Bank of India, manages two presses at Mysore and Salboni. And at the same time, Finance Ministry owned Security Printing and Minting Corporation of India Limited. Security Printing and Minting Corporation of India Limited has got two presses at Nasik and Devas. Nasik is the oldest currency note press in our country, and these two presses are also involved in printing of currency notes, and at the same time for minting various types of coins. Mints are available at four places in our country: Hyderabad, Noida, Kolkata and Mumbai. These four places mints are available for minting coins, and these mints as well as printing presses at Nasik as well as Devas are owned by Security Printing and Minting Corporation of India Limited. This is under the Ministry of Finance. This is all about the management of notes as well as coins in our country. Indian Statistical Institute, this is Kolkata based organization. This calculates the demand for currency notes, and RBI basically looks at incremental needs for currency as well as replacement needs for the soiled currency, as well as if some increase in reserves are there. So all these things are made available by Reserve Bank of India to Indian Statistical Institute, and based on the calculations of Indian Statistical Institute, Reserve Bank of India put up the final position to Government of India, and finally Government of India takes the final decision. Then a high level group of ministers approved imposing a heavy fine and ban on celebrities. All of you are familiar with celebrities endorsing various products. Look into this picture. Here one celebrity is endorsing Maggi product, and sometimes they endorse products with unrealistic claims. Now a high level group of ministers came up with a proposal that when the celebrities endorse unrealistic claims of the product manufacturers, then they are liable for fine as well as ban. This is still in the proposal stage. RBI issued clarifications on hedging for external commercial borrowings. Here two important aspects I would like to tell you. One is what is meant by external commercial borrowing. External commercial borrowings are nothing but commercial loans borrowed from foreign countries. For commercial purposes, loans are taken from foreign countries. Why people take loans from foreign countries? Because of interest rate arbitrage. You may have a doubt about what is meant by arbitrage. Arbitrage is nothing but difference. So because of interest rate difference, Indian firms borrow money from abroad, that is external commercial borrowing, right? We learnt about external commercial borrowing and arbitrage. Then the third term is this hedging. When people are borrowing money in either dollars or euro or pound, then the biggest problem is currency risk. So, to protect the borrowers from the adverse effects of currency risk, this hedging is the mechanism. So, here it cuts the risk of adverse price movements in an asset. It may be an asset, it may be in interest. The general meaning of hedging is, it is the tool basically to cut the risk of adverse price movements. In this case, adverse movement of rupee against the foreign currencies. So, as to eliminate that risk, hedging is required. So, here we learnt about external commercial borrowing, arbitrage as well as hedging, right? Look at the next one. Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif inaugurated the operational activities of Gwadar Port in Balochistan province of Pakistan. And this CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, starts from Gwadar Port. So, Arabian Sea will be connected to the western part of China through this CPEC. And CPEC is a part of One Belt, One Road initiative of China. That is the one part. And the second part is this Gwadar Port is situated in Balochistan region, and at the same time it is beneficial to interior China because it connects western part of China with Arabian Sea. Look into the next one. Researchers from Hyderabad have isolated Helicobacter pylori bacterium in chicken. The name of the bacterium is Helicobacter pylori. So, it is considered as a source of transmission of multi-drug resistance pathogens in human beings, and it is commonly found in the liver and the gut. Gut means you can say stomach. So, in the liver and gut of poultry birds, and the basic problem is this bacterium is resistant to wide range of antibiotics. All of you are familiar with antibiotic resistance. Antibiotic resistance is on increase. What is the meaning of antibiotic resistance? The meaning is various bacterial diseases are becoming resistant to antibiotics. The existing antibiotics are not able to cure more and more bacterial diseases nowadays. That is antibacterial resistance. So, this bacterium, this Helicobacter pylori in chicken is considered to be source of transmission of multi-drug resistance pathogens to humans. And if you look at the other one, 36th edition of India International Trade Fair. This is annual affair. Certain things I would like to tell you. It is the annual feature and it is a common platform for the manufacturers, traders, exporters as well as importers, and this is conducted annually by India Trade Promotion Organization. And please don't forget, this India Trade Promotion Organization is under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. And if you look at the theme for this year, that is Digital India, and there will be partner countries as well as focus countries, at the same time partner states as well as focus states. And here partner country is South Korea, then focus country is Belarus. At the same time, partner states are Madhya Pradesh and Jharkhand, then focus state is Haryana. So, if someone talks about this India International Trade Fair, it is annual affair conducted in Pragati Maidan, New Delhi every year and organized by India Trade Promotion Organization, and this is the 36th event, started in the year 1980. These things don't forget. Look into the next one. Noted geophysicist Janardhan Negi passed away in Hyderabad, and he was director grade scientist at National Geophysical Research Institute, and he was an authority in understanding earthquakes and mass extinctions, right? World Pneumonia Day is observed on November 12. You may ask what is meant by pneumonia. Pneumonia is the disease which affects lungs. It is inflammation of lungs, and here it affects primarily the microscopic air sacs in lungs. So if someone talks about pneumonia, that is the disease affecting lungs. And World Pneumonia Day was observed on November 12, and the theme for this year is Keep the Promise, Stop Pneumonia Now. Look into the next one. International Conference and Exhibition on Sugarcane Value Chain Vision 2025 Sugar was inaugurated by the Prime Minister at Manjari near Pune. It was organized by the Vasant Dada Sugar Institute. Then Punjab Government denotified the land acquired for Sutless Yamuna Link Canal 3 decades ago. Here this intends to give back the land to the farmers, and this notification of denotifying the acquired land is basically to return the land to the farmers, and the bill is yet to be approved by the governor. If you want more about this canal, please view Capsule of 45th week. We have already deliberated on that. Look into the next one. Important macroeconomic parameters for October 2016 were released recently. Consumer price index based inflation is very much under control at 4.2%. The government's target given to RBI is 4% plus or minus 2%, and RBI's internal target is to contain it at 5% by March 2017, and this satisfies both the conditions. Similarly, exports are on the growth path. All of you are familiar with the slump in exports for the past 1.5 years. In fact, negative growth was recorded for several months. Now they increased by 9.59%, and if you look at it critically, they are plus 9.59% because of low base last year, because during these months last year, exports contracted by around 15 to 20%. So low base may be one reason for recording exports growth of 9.59%. India's shadow economy or parallel economy or black economy is around 20 to 25% of GDP as per the estimates from various sources. And you may have a pertinent question, what is meant by black economy or parallel economy? The meaning of shadow economy is, it is the income derived from economic activities which are not within the purview of either government regulation as well as government taxation. So, black economy means the economy which is outside the purview of government's regulation as well as taxation. This is very, very important point. And if you look at other countries, shadow economy as a percentage of GDP, USA around 8%, Japan 11%, and Russia has got 44%, Brazil has got 39%, South Africa has got 27%, and India is around 20 to 25%, but unofficial estimates puts these figures at around 50% to 100%. So this is all about the parallel economy. President of Israel, Rivlin visited India recently, and 2 agreements were signed in the fields of water resources management and agriculture. Israel is the pioneer in spending water with almost highest efficiency. So 2 agreements were signed in water resources management and agriculture. And if you look at the next event, CCEA, what is CCEA? Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. This is headed by the Prime Minister, and it has given approval for minimum support prices of Rabi crops. So the Rabi crops are wheat, barley, rapeseed, mustard. These are all Rabi crops. And 2-3 things I would like to tell you here. CCEA normally takes the decisions based on the recommendations on Commission for Agricultural Costs and Prices or CACP. Here minimum support price is announced, and for wheat it is increased by 100 rupees. So now minimum support price for wheat is rupees 1625 per quintal, and please don't forget this wheat is rabi crop, rice is kharif crop. Then popular Chinese actor Jackie Chan along with the 3 others received 2016 Honorary Academy Award. This Academy means which gives Oscar awards. This is Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, popularly known as the Academy which gives Oscar awards, and these honorary awards are given at the discretion of the Board of Governors of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. And Jackie Chan and 3 others, I have given the names here, please go through them. So these 4 were awarded honorary awards by the Academy which gives Oscars. Look into the next one. World Diabetes Day was observed every year on November 14. The theme for this series, Eyes on Diabetes, and it is an annual campaign to raise awareness about diabetes. Look into the next one. The Supreme Court recently constituted a commission, and this is headed by Justice Kailash Gambhir. Kailash Gambhir was the former judge of Delhi High Court, and the committee will look at the compliance as per the National Urban Livelihoods Mission. Here the important point is with regard to the availability of night shelters. With regard to availability of night shelters, this Kailash Gambhir committee was appointed by the Supreme Court. Padmini Raut has won the 43rd edition of National Women's Premier Chess Championship 2016. Then a special task force was constituted under the chairmanship of Deputy Governor of Reserve Bank of India, S.S. Mundra, to recalibrate all the ATMs as well as cash dispensing machines with the new rupees 500 as well as new 2000 rupee notes. And please don't forget, rupees 2000 notes are printed for the first time by the Government of India, and rupees 500 notes were replaced. And here important aspect is the size of these notes got reduced, and recalibration of ATMs is a must, and there are around 2,20,000 ATMs in the country, and it may take a month or so to recalibrate all the ATMs in the country, and for that purpose a task force headed by Deputy Governor S.S. Mundra was constituted, and over 20 countries including India, France, Brazil signed a framework agreement of the International Solar Alliance. Please don't forget, this International Solar Alliance was conceptualized on November 30, 2015 when COP21 summit was held in Paris. Indian Prime Minister along with the President of France started this International Solar Alliance. Then this Solar Alliance constitutes around 121 countries. 121 countries are the countries situated fully or partially between Tropic of Cancer as well as Tropic of Capricorn, where sun rays falls directly, right, beyond the Tropic of Cancer as well as Tropic of Capricorn. There is no question of sun rays falling on the earth directly, and between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, sun rays fall on the earth directly and vertically during the specified days of the year. So these 121 countries constitute International Solar Alliance, and the secretariat is in Gurgaon, please don't forget. And recently over 20 countries including India, France and Brazil have signed a framework agreement, and ultimately this will become operational after at least 15 countries ratify this framework agreement. National Press Day was celebrated every year in India on November 16, and don't forget November 16 is also being observed as International Day for Tolerance. And here it symbolizes free and responsible press in India, and veteran journalist S. Nihal Singh was awarded with 2016 Raja Ram Mohan Rai Award for his outstanding contribution to journalism. Then central government made it mandatory to have permanent account number when the deposits exceed rupees 2,50,000. Central government recently announced that when the deposit in the bank accounts exceed rupees 2,50,000, permanent account number is a must. And don't forget, permanent account number is issued by the income tax authorities. Then banks parked record rupees 1.82 lakh crore with the Reserve Bank of India on 16th November under reverse repo. All of you are familiar with repo and reverse repo. Repo means for short duration when banks borrow from Reserve Bank of India. Reverse repo is when banks park excess cash with the Reserve Bank of India. So this reverse repo transactions increased in recent times because of more 500 rupee and 1000 rupee notes are deposited in bank accounts, right? So this indicates there is not much demand for credit in the banking system. There is not much demand for credit. The Cabinet Committee on Security, this is headed by the Prime Minister, cleared the acquisition of 145 numbers of M777 ultra-light howitzer from the United States of America. And these ultra-light howitzers will cost $737 million. This is one important point, around rupees 5,000 crores. And these are manufactured by BAE Systems. This BAE Systems will manufacture 120 of them. That means they will assemble 120 of them out of 145. 120 will be assembled, integrated and tested with Mahindra as the business partner in our country. Right? If someone talks about this howitzers, they belongs to the firm of United States of America. The name of the firm is BAE Systems. Some more information about demonetization. We have already discussed last week. Government demonetized rupees 500, 1000 and 10,000 rupee notes in 1946. Then in 1954, government brought 1000, 5,000 and 10,000 rupee notes, and in the year 1978, government demonetized rupees 1000 and above value notes. In the year 1987, government brought rupees 500 note, and in the year 2000, government brought rupees 1000 note, and the circulation increased enormously in recent times. Ashoka pillar watermark was started in the year 1967 on currency notes. In the year 1980, for the first time, Satchameva Jayate was incorporated. Mahatma Gandhi series notes were started in the year 1996. These are for information, as these are expected to be asked in various examinations. At the same time, rupees 2000 note salient features we discussed last week. Color is magenta and all other details I have given here. Similarly, rupees 500 note color is stone grey and all other details I have given here. Super moon was observed on 14th November 2016 when the full moon was closest to the earth on that day. And this incidence occurred previously in 1948, and this will happen again on 25th November 2034, and the size of the moon appeared about 14% larger and 30% brighter. And one important aspect, when the moon is closest, it is called perigee, and the moon is farthest from earth, it is called apogee. These words please don't forget. So if you want more about the supermoon, please view news capsule. Have a nice day. Thank you.